this discussion is quite new for humanitarians, because as humanitarians we are very good to start quickly, and we always think short term because we hope that the situation will change. I don't know, if the example is the Syria crisis. Everybody, when the camps were set up in Turkey, when the Syrians started arriving, we thought that it would be a matter of six months, and we are in the 5th, 6th year. So very often when we start, and we know that 80% of what we do, it lasts for 5 years or more, so it becomes protracted. We need to start thinking what is going to happen to all this population.
The humanitarian support is an entry point to create at the same time a system. What does it mean? That means that apart from delivering support in form of cash or in kind to the identified population, to invest at the same time in a system building. That means to build up institutions, to build up state-led institutions, and if we are not able to work with a specific state, it means that it is prepared that it will be handed over to that government at a later stage. That is an important way of a systems building. The second is to invest also in research. Not only because we hope that every shock will end someday, but we need to have more evidence what kind of social protection is the most appropriate, and to be prepared for other situations. And the third part, you have to invest in human resources right from the beginning. So as part of that humanitarian support, the long-term investment needs to be done in parallel. And from our side, from the DEVCO side, we are very keen in collaborating with our colleagues from the humanitarian side in helping them to invest and to think about these additional parts right from the first day, so that a handover to a development program will be feasible and the ground is prepared for that. Humanitarian and development perspectives need to come together. We in DEVCO, we are based on a strategy from 2012, which is the communication on social protection and development cooperation. That part of shock responsiveness has not been in there. So that is from our side something else that we have to add. And we cannot add alone. A resilience approach we can only do with a specialist in that field, and these are our colleagues from ECHO. On the other hand, the systematic approach to social protection also means that legal aspects, financing aspects, institutional building needs to be included in that what we are going to do. That's already difficult in a non-crisis situation, but in a crisis situation it's even more challenging. And there we cannot achieve that from one day to another. But it has certain building blocks. The building blocks need to be defined, and if we follow them step by step, and we are able to reflect what we have done and to create and generate evidence with that, we are on a good track.
What attracted me from social protection is that the target is the most vulnerable. So this brings us together, because as humanitarians we always target the most vulnerable affected by whether it's a natural disaster or conflict. So our beneficiaries, if after they graduate from humanitarian aid they have something afterwards that it's more sustainable and predictable, this is something very important, because humanitarian aid we have normally 1 year funding cycle. So what happens next year, you don't know how much money will be allocated to that country, we will be able to continue, so it's very difficult to explain to people. So if there is something after us, that will make the beneficiaries continue under a social protection program, and help them not to go back into a humanitarian assistance situation, in the sense that it's very easy to drop back. So I think this is what brings us together.